Alright, before I get into this week's Raw review, just want to give a few thoughts on Elimination Chamber and who I thought was going to win. The pre-show match, Cody Rhodes and Goldust against Ryback. Not surprised that Cody and Goldust went over, although Ryback should have probably ate the pin. And although he could have made a case for Ryback going over in this match, just so could have kind of started to tease the breakup of Goldust and Cody Rhodes. But didn't see that, but unless they're gonna let it go a little further until like right before WrestleMania or something, but who knows there. Then the first match on the actual card, Big E against Jack Swagger for the IC title. Not surprised that Big E went over in this match, because Swagger just isn't doing it for me. And Big E should have won, and he did. And then the tag title match, New Age Outlaws against the Usos. I applaud the decision here to not give the Usos the titles yet. Even though you're facing two guys in t-shirts. One guy's in his 40s and the other guy is 50. But... from what I heard about the match, it sounded like they looked pretty old. But anyway. And then next you had Titus Young against excuse me, not Titus Young. He's the wide receiver that used to play for the Detroit Lions. No, Titus O'Neil against Darren Young. Not surprised Titus O'Neil went over on this match. If they're trying to make him kind of a big deal, kind of a pun there, but it's like with this heel turn, it's just like who knows what they're really going to do with them going forward. And then, which was the match of the night, the Shield against the Wyatt family. I thought the Wyatt family would have won this match, and they did. Don't know what happened to Dean Ambrose, but when I heard Roman Reigns ate the pinfall in this match, I'm thinking, why? But if it was 3-1 against him, I mean, not even Roman Reigns is going to stand up to that. And then the Divas title match. Mean to tell me Cameron actually got a title match? Not so much that she got a title match, but she got a title match on a pay-per-view. Really? Oh, God almighty. But... well, if they're doing this to have AJ Lee and Tamina meet at WrestleMania for the title, hey, all for it. Maybe Tamina will take the title off her finally, and AJ can go away. And then Batista against ADR. ADR who was really the heel? Who had really been the heel in this match? Yeah, it's supposed to be ADR, but Batista got the shit beat out of him, and the term Batista was trending on Twitter. Oh, Jesus. And then the main event, the Elimination Chamber match itself. Did you really think that anybody but Randall Keith Orton was not going to win this match? Really? You know damn well you're going to get Randy Orton and Batista at WrestleMania whether you want it or not, bitches. So we kicked off Raw from Green Bay, Wisconsin this week with the return of the almighty Hulkster dude, the WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan brother. And you know what? I hope to God they do this next week in Chicago, because you know how you stop the CM Punk chants, like you heard later on in the show. You bring out Hulk Hogan brother, and that'll put a stop to those CM Punk chants real quick, dude. But basically what he's out there for is to put over the new WWE Network, which debuted tonight, or early this morning. And he is going to be the host of WrestleMania 30, brother. And it's going to be positively epic, dude. And that's about it. And I really hope that Hogan starts off the show next week. Well, your first actual match on Raw is the rematch from Elimination Chamber last night between Batista and ADR. Well, I'll tell you what, the WWE brass in the back, they just got to be just up in arms over the kind of reaction that Batista's gotten since he came back to WWE last month. It's like, this is not the reaction they were looking for, obviously. I mean, this is a case of WWE trying to fight the grain and try to make you like Batista, when, quite honestly, hey, the WWE is tired of Batista already, and you know what? They should just turn him heel right now. But really, who is the real heel in this match? I mean, seriously. I mean, you got more Batista chants, and then you got Orton coming out there right before the end of the match and causing a distraction, so ADR gets the 1, 2, 3, and it's like, boy, this is gonna be feeding you a shit sandwich without bread. The main event at WrestleMania is gonna be Randy Orton against Batista, whether you like it or not, bitches, because the Breakfast Club rules. And speaking of the WWE fighting the grain on people, how about Cesaro? It was him against Big E, and this is kind of fighting the grain on the opposite way, where the crowd, you can tell wherever the WWE is, and when you see Cesaro, that people want to cheer this guy. Seriously, I mean it's just crazy that they're continuing to fight the grain on this, but Cesaro, he ended up getting the giant swing, or the Cesaro swing on Big E, and he spun him around a few times, and then Swagger comes into the ring and puts his 2 cents, puts Big E in the Patriot Lock, which causes the DQ, and now what you're getting is they're starting to tease the little bit of dissension now between the Real Americans. And are you gonna see a match between Swagger and Cesaro at WrestleMania, or are you gonna throw Big in there for a triple threat for the IC title? Maybe. Hey, that sounds good. Then you saw what happened last night at an Elimination Chamber, where Cena gets attacked by the Wyatt family, and so that's just kind of putting the wheels in motion for a match at WrestleMania between Cena and Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt is one of those characters that, I mean, he just kind of grows on you. I really like this Bray Wyatt character. It isn't just because he's going against John Cena, but you know what? You just hope that after Cena being attacked by the Wyatt family and them carting him off on a stretcher, whether this injury is legit or not, I mean, that's kind of irrelevant here. But if this is all a work, and they're kind of making it look like where Cena has to overcome odds, hey, this might not be too bad, because normally Cena just mows down everybody and everything, and it might make Cena a little more human to have to actually overcome something like Bray Wyatt. So if this is going to be their match at WrestleMania and Cena ends up going over like I would expect, this might not be so bad. And then you had Christian against Sheamus, which actually wasn't all that bad of a match, but you just got the brogue kick out of nowhere, and Sheamus wins that. And do you really think this is going to be a WrestleMania match? Don't need to see it now, because hell, Sheamus has already gone over on Christian, so it wouldn't really matter if this is a WrestleMania match or not. But hell, it probably still will be. then you had a backstage pre-tape with Triple H and Steph coming towards the arena, and Renee Young coming out to interview him, and Daniel Bryan, he's running up, hooting and hollering at Triple H and Steph how he basically got screwed at the Elimination Chamber, and he wants to fight Triple H at WrestleMania. And I thought it was funny that Triple H just kind of shrugged off. It's like, really? You want to take me on at WrestleMania? So I'll tell you what, he had his shovel out tonight, there, pal. Oh God, he just kind of buried all of that. But Daniel Bryan, do you really want to take on God at WrestleMania? Seriously, it's like you're just gonna get buried. So then you had the match between Daniel Bryan and Kane, which was set up earlier on, and this actually was a pretty decent match, if you excuse the fact that Daniel Bryan really wasn't selling his shoulder injury all that well, but he ends up hitting the running knee, and he gets the pinfall, and then he cuts a promo again on God and stuff, saying how he wants a match against Triple H at WrestleMania. Yes, yes, yes. It's like, no, I don't want to see Triple H against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I think I can speak for a lot of people in saying I would like to see him put in the main event along with Randy Orton and Batista. So then you had your random Divas match between Summer Rae and Emma, it's been a kind of a long-standing rivalry going down to NXT, and the match itself wasn't really that good, but the finish kind of was. One thing I was kind of hoping to see out of Emma was the dilemma, like the tarantula, basically, but Emma ends up. The finish was pretty good with the Emma lock, which is basically Austin Aries' last chance remove. So, hey, Emma wins, and it was good. I like both these divas because hell, they're both hot. Well, then you had another rematch from Elimination Chamber, New Age Outlaws against the Usos, no title on the line, but is it just me, or did it seem like they're kind of healing the Usos out in this match, just because the Outlaws doing their normal pre-match shtick, and then Usos give Road Dogg super kick, and Billy Gunn eats the Superfly splash, and that match went about 15 seconds. So I do want to see the Usos win, but I want it to be at WrestleMania. I want to see them win the tag titles at WrestleMania, like I tweeted earlier on Twitter. Well, then earlier on you had the Shield in the back arguing about what happened at Elimination Chamber with Ambrose's disappearance, but so basically what you ended up getting was the Wyatt family showed up, and you got a match between Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt, which I'm sure the idea was all up in arms about, just like they were last night. But this actually was pretty good. Another pretty good match. When you got Reigns going for the Superman punch, and then the respective members of both teams are supposed to be not there, but Harper and Rowan end up showing up. And then Ambrose and Rollins show up. Ambrose ends up getting Roman Reigns DQ'd, and you just wonder if the breakup of the Shield's going to happen at WrestleMania. Maybe a triple threat for the U.S. title held by Ambrose or something. But I would really like to be able to see that. That would be positively epic. So we got the return of Paul Heyman and the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. So, anyway, Heyman's talking about him going out and making history. Like, he's talking about how he was the NCAA champion, heavyweight champion at Minnesota, then going on to be the youngest WWE champion in history, and then going over to the UFC and becoming their heavyweight champion. And he wants to make history by once again becoming the WWE champion, but I think we're going to have a little bit more different kind of history, if you will, because we got the return of the dead man, the Phenom, the legendary Undertaker himself. And really no words were spoken because you really didn't need him here. But Lesnar had an open contract that was given to him by Triple H. And Undertaker basically is subs. And you get Lesnar signing the contract, and Undertaker stabbing the pen into Lesnar and choke slamming Lesnar through the table. And I'm guessing that's a yes. And this should be one hell of a match at WrestleMania, because I mean, The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, they have well documented real life heat between the two, so. And I think that it's going to be another big challenge for Undertaker, and you know damn well he's going 22-0. So, but you know what? I'm gonna attempt to suspend my disbelief when I do watch that match, and it should be a doozy. Now that we're really on the road to WrestleMania, we're past the Elimination Chamber, and now we're about 6 weeks away from WrestleMania, and things are starting to fall into place now. You got Undertaker, who's back for his one match this year, probably more than likely, and then you got Hulk Hogan, who's going to be the host of WrestleMania 30, brother, and hopefully here in the next few weeks, we're just going to keep the wheels in motion for WrestleMania and get more matches set up and this kind of thing. And I'm really interested to see where everything leads and see what other matches they come up with. Where are we going to see Cody Rhodes against Goldust at WrestleMania? Sure, they weren't on the show tonight, but who knows? That could be a match that could happen. As far as the Divas match, are we going to see the breakup of AJ Lee and Tamina Snuka? That would seem to be something right there, because AJ Lee is she's the longest reigning Divas champion in history, and she basically has no storyline. And as far as the Shield goes, are we going to see the breakup of them at WrestleMania? And then just certain things like that. And then John Cena against Bray Wyatt, and you know, it's all going to be pretty interesting here in the next 6 weeks leading up to WrestleMania. So I'm interested to see where it goes. So I'm out of here. See you later.